What's going on, y'all? You're now tuned into the Intermission podcast, season 3, y'all. It's 2022, okay? It's 2022, y'all. We made it. We made it. I need y'all to do whatever you need to do for this first episode of 2022. Look at me rhyming. Get whatever you need and get ready to lock in, okay? So, yes, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the people who are listening to the podcast, who have been rocking with the podcast, who have been rocking with your girl, with me since what, 2020? I think. Yeah, that's when we launched the Intermission podcast. And I say we, y'all, like it's multiple people. Child, y'all know it's only been one person. Okay. I mean, but I did have some people help me along the way. So yes, it is we as in a collective, we as a group. We have been launched since 2020, y'all. So we have now been 2 years, y'all. 2 years with bringing y'all content. Y'all have been with me through the ups, the downs, the ebbs, the flows, to even some of the greatest moments that we've had. So I just want to say shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the people who have been here with your girl. Okay. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all, okay? I almost did not do an episode today, okay? Your girl was basically about to be like, listen, man, I need a break. I need a break just like everybody at the new year. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like you get to the beginning of the year and you kind of want to ease your way in. You don't want to go like, you don't want to go crazy when you enter it. And so that was me, y'all, struggling. Like priorities. For y'all who are following me on Instagram, I posted a reel. And in the song, it was basically just talking about like priorities, like what are things that we should prioritize in our lives. And for me, I made it relate to 2022 just because for me, that is on my agenda. Like that is what I'm hoping to be a part of my lifestyle in terms of just not having aimless goals or doing aimless things that really don't have a purpose or a goal or a target. Like I want to be able to prioritize my life because I also want to be able to show up and be my most full self, my most healthy self as well. You can't pour from an empty cup. So with prioritizing, of course, we have all these things that we want to do in our lives, but at the end of the day, how are you taking care of yourself? These are the words I had to tell myself, but also y'all can apply this to y'all life as well. How are you taking care of you in the midst of y'all vision boards? Because y'all know I had Nice on last episode, and what did he say? He said no more vision boards. But I'm still seeing people make vision boards, which is completely fine. Do you, boo? But I'm definitely subscribed to the action boards. Like, what are we gonna do? No more vision boards. How about mission boards? I'm on your head, Nice. I'm on your head. But what about mission boards, y'all? Like, what are things that you are trying to accomplish? Like, what's the mission, right? The mission is in essence the goal. What is the mission? And how are you going to get to that mission, right? How are you going to successfully complete that mission? You have to have things in order, things in line for you to be able to do that. And so for me, y'all, the word for this episode is going to be priorities. All right. So speaking of priorities, y'all, your girl ain't ate all day. Okay. She ain't ate all day. So I'm already messing up. But I feel okay. Like I don't feel like I'm about to pass out, faint, nothing. Like I feel okay. But that's just a pure example of not prioritizing. I'm going through this with y'all. But I wanted to talk a little bit about our New Year's plans, y'all, because y'all know different people did different things on New Year's. For me personally, I spent it in my house, in my space of residence, y'all, cleaning, chilling, and worshiping and attending virtual church. I actually watched a couple of different services, but you already know, had to visit Darius Daniels Change Church. You already know, drops of fire in that chat. But y'all, when I tell y'all PD be dropping fire, it just be, you be like, hold on, give me a break. Like, let me chill out for a second. But that's how I spent my New Year's Eve. Now, New Year's, y'all, New Year's, it was so beautiful, y'all, because I actually have some sticky notes placed in my house that basically kind of affirm what it is that I want to see God do through my life, and also just in general, what do I want to see manifested. And so these words I kind of say every day, or I try to, at least. I try to say them every day as kind of like a mantra over my day to make sure that I'm prioritizing, but also that once again, I'm mentally and emotionally taking care of me first. So y'all, one of my sticky notes, I said that I wanted to serve, and I won't be specific in what that service looks like, but I said that I wanted to serve. Fast forward until I think it was Christmas Eve. I had texted a friend. I texted Amari. Amari's been on a podcast. I texted Amari and asked her, what was her plans, and she told me that she was planning to serve. And I asked her, like, okay, well, what type of service? And y'all, when she told me the type of service that she was going to be doing, I was like, oh my God, like this is an opportunity for me to fulfill that manifestation, or to fulfill that prayer. This is an opportunity for God to fulfill that prayer that I had on my wall for I don't know how long. So New Year's for me, y'all, it was so it was interesting in a way, in that it was an answered prayer. It was something that I had already put out there that I wanted to do. And it came literally, y'all, the first day of this year, which is like, wow. So that just goes to show that, even though you may have set out for certain things in previous years, not to forget those things, because I think that we make a conscious effort to kind of change our goals as we go yearly, which is always a good thing, right? We change, we grow, we evolve. But at the same time, I think that we forget about the old prayers, the old goals, the old things that we wanted to accomplish, but we just didn't see them manifest in the current year. And so that is a prime example of, don't forget your old dreams. Don't forget your old dreams. Don't forget your old prayers. Don't forget your old goals, things that you still haven't accomplished. Like, they can still get accomplished, y'all. Like, God in his own way and in his own timing will be able to provide opportunities for those old things to be able to be accomplished. And so for me, that just meant a lot for me to be able to serve. But then, y'all, it hit me on Sunday, y'all. It hit me on Sunday, child. Went to church virtually, of course. Went to church, y'all, and man, when I tell y'all, PD don't be playing. This sermon, y'all, had me in my place bawling, crying, like crying. And I just had to have a moment with myself and God and release a lot of things that I had encountered through these years, release a lot of things that I was holding on to, or that I tried, to let go, but then for some reason it was harder than what I thought. And so I'm still in that process of releasing, but I just wanted to also talk about what releasing does for us and how it shows up in different spaces. So one of those being, like, when I went to serve, for example, I went to serve not to necessarily gain anything. I didn't go to serve because I'm like, okay, I'm going to serve. These people going to pay me. These people going to make sure that my time is allotted for. I'm not about to waste my time. No, I went because that's something that I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to give. I had already put that out there that I wanted to give in a way. So when it showed up, my heart and my posture, like my mind and my body and my heart, were all in a line to give, to be of service. And so for that, I had to release something, whether it was me releasing my time, or whether it was me releasing whatever, I don't know, whatever thought processes that I had around who it was that I was necessarily serving and how was I going to be serving. I had to release like all of those thoughts and to be to be able to give. And so I just found that very very interesting that the sermon really touched a lot on like releasing, when I feel like a lot of times we only look at releasing as a means of like, I don't know, letting go of something negative. But it's like, well, how about releasing love? How about releasing positive thoughts, releasing things that you want to come to you, releasing like positive words. Like a lot of times we don't think about what we say and how it impacts other people, how it impacts us, how it impacts our environments that we're in. Like your words that you say, that is a manifestation of you releasing something every day. So I think that that's really what I wanted to talk about today, y'all. Today's going to be a very short episode just because, once again, I want to ease into this year just like all y'all, okay? I'm just normal person, regular person, just like y'all. But I wanted to get on this mic if I did anything because I wanted to be consistent, okay? Consistent. I wanted to be consistent with the podcast. I did not want to set the tone that that's what we gonna do. We just gonna skip days. No, it's not. I'm gonna keep showing up, y'all, even on days where I'm like, child. But releasing, y'all. Release. Just if you can, try to do something today where you're releasing something like positive. I'll say that positive, right? Whether that's you serving, whether that's you giving, whether that's you saying a kind word to somebody, whether that's you posting, resharing, like child buying somebody lunch, I don't know. Whatever it is that's in your capability, in your heart to do, release and see just what that does to your spirit or for your spirit. And it may not work the first time. Like, I don't know, you may not get the good feelings of just releasing something positive at that moment, but it's like we have to release and we have to make sure that the environments that we're in are conducive to us releasing, which is why I'm also grateful of how I started the year because, man, we talk about priorities and releasing spaces that we release, we have to be very cognizant of how that can impact, once again, other people. Like it may be things that you need to release in God's presence and not necessarily in friends' presence or in family's presence. Or eventually you may have the opportunity to release in front of those individuals, but you have to first release in front of God just so that he can clear your heart to be able to receive whatever it is that may come from those conversations. But yeah, I'm just really grateful for what God is doing within my heart because it's been some time, child. It's been some time. I'm very grateful for what he's doing in my heart. And I just, y'all, I hope and pray. I'm praying. I'm really praying, y'all. Praying that this year be a year like no other, positively, okay, for us. I'm praying to have more people come on the podcast to share different perspectives, to have more fun, and not just a podcast, y'all. Like this is bigger than what it seems. So I just really want to make sure that I'm being of service in this space as well as other spaces. And so with that, y'all, told y'all this wasn't gonna be no long episode. Your baby is on it today. With that being said, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning into today's episode. I pray that it has brought you a little bit of joy, y'all. See the little face, see the little glitter background. Your girl, she be trying, y'all. But I hope that this episode brings y'all some joy and welcoming y'all to 2022, y'all. We made it. We made it, okay? Now that we made it, let's continue to run this marathon, y'all. If you have not already, please go and subscribe to your girl on YouTube. We are over there, okay? We on YouTube now, child. So I'm going to be bringing y'all episodes, these virtual episodes, because some of y'all Y'all visual. Y'all gotta see people talking, and I got y'all. So if you have not already, please go to YouTube and subscribe to your girl at the Intermission Podcast with Cami on YouTube. And if you want to go ahead and follow your girl on Instagram, please follow me at newly_Cami. You'll be seeing clips of the episode. You guys will be able to have some behind the scenes on what's going on with me. I also do lives with guests. So y'all come on. Join the tribe. Join the tribe. I don't know what y'all doing. What's your time? Okay. Because we be wilding over here. Okay. All right, y'all. Without further ado, y'all go ahead and have a great day. Peace.